I think I'm growing a horn or a zit or something. You know what I mean?
Nice. Well, you
Do you
got to
ever
go.
get those zits that like start like three layers under your skin? It's like it starts like in the middle of your head, but like you could feel it. It's like, and it hurts, but you
Yes.
can't pop it, and it's
Ooh. But
but
when
it's
you
like
can,
it's like a horn. Nah, it's fucking ugh.
oh, I love giving it the old thumb and knuckle when you can squeeze the shit. Just you keep rolling it. You just keep
Yeah.
like squeeze it, and it looks like a little box, and then you shoot it all over your dashboard when you're driving. Hey, by the way,
Oh.
we're recording. Hey, everybody, welcome to the party.
Hi. Yeah, welcome to this you know, this. Welcome to this. Whatever this is. Welcome.
You made it!
Yeah.
Yay!
This is the future.
Unfortunately, I mean,
Unfortunately.
and I'm not going to stop wearing this thing. Just thought I'd let you know. I took it off because I felt self-conscious last week because I couldn't tell the difference in the episodes because we kind of dress up. We repeat what we wear.
Yeah.
So in any case, this shit's staying on because I'm comfortable. I'm not going to lie to you people. I wear this everywhere because I don't have to leave the house. So I just wake up and dress like a teddy bear. So tough shit. Hang
Yeah, I
out
mean,
till summer. Then I'll show you some more t-shirts.
stay comfortable, man. Fuck it.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I was talking to a customer and I said, I haven't worn shoes in like 6 months. And she's like, I haven't worn them in 7 years. And I'm like, wow, you must have an awesome job. She's like, no, I'm unemployed. I was like, oh.
Been unemployed for 7 years? Fucking A.
Well, somehow you're paying a $500 phone bill every month, so good for you.
Hey, saving money on not buying shoes,
Yeah.
Want to buy
Oh,
fucking
shit.
shoes.
Fucking A, man. Speaking of shoes, I don't know if I'm wondering if you have a take on this, but traditionally, Black people pick awesome threads, and then white people steal those ideas and pawn them off as their own. That's
I mean,
notorious for that. So
yeah, that's true.
I just found out that Jessie actually brought this to my attention. She said, "Yeah, the trend changed, and now those boots that you wear are what's cool." And
Mhm.
I was like, "What do you mean? What?" She's like, "Those Doc Martin things." I'm like, "Doc Martens?" I was like, "Those are the new thing." And we're in an amusement park down in DC. We ended up going to DC instead of anyway. And
Right.
there was tons of people there, and they were all a lot of like brand new docs. And I was just thinking to myself, because Jessie's like, she took her shoes off halfway through the park because she had brand new shoes she was breaking in. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, oh my God, do you know how many people are hurting right now if they're breaking in brand new docs? And
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it right behind the ankle, if you have like an 8 or a 12 eyelet boot, right
Hmm.
behind the ankle for like a year. That thing ain't gonna break in, man. It's not. And I was just looking around, and people are walking like they had a funnel cake shoved up their ass, and it was everyone wearing those boots. I was like, ah, it's a long fucking night for you guys. Welcome to the club. It
Right.
sucks.
I guess, like, I don't know. I've seen those dogs being popular for years now. Probably like going on 10 years. I feel like they've been fucking popular. I have a really good friend who works for Doc Martens, and they're for Doc Marten, and they have been getting more popular over the years, but like they've been super popular for a long time. At least the people, the crowd I hang around.
Right. So that's been the case since I was a kid in England. Doc Martens were it. Obviously, in England, Doc Martens were it. But what we're getting at is all the cool kids, the hip hop kids, those cats. They're the ones
Yeah,
that are like, we're getting into this shit right here. And once they get into it, then it's really caught on. So until they've
yeah,
discovered it, it hasn't happened yet. And now it's happening.
yeah. Actually, like what you're saying is actually really, really true, because like that's just how it has always been. Like, white people have always stole whatever's whatever the black community is doing.
Right.
That white people have always stole it, and like been like, no, we did this, like rock and roll. Like,
The
for
Rolling
example,
Stones
rock
stole
and
that
roll.
shit.
Yeah, like, and so you're right to your point. Like, it's that is true. Like, the black community does it first, and then everyone steals it, and they don't get a whole lot of credit. Maybe up
No.
until like the last, last couple of years, definitely. Like maybe, and not as much as they should. I'll just say that. But I think you're right on that.
Yeah,
And
it was.
being like, hey, people that look like us steal from you all the time, and but at least
Right.
they're they're trendsetters, so that's rad.
Well, see, it's cool to me because it's like, hey, not only are you finally like getting, I don't know who started the Doc Martin thing, but when I saw it, it was 30 years ago. And, it was just anybody in England wore boots because it rains all the fucking time. Here, not so much the case,
Right.
depending on where you live. But I just think
Portland.
it's cool that I can be like, hey, man, I smoke drugs and listen to music too. And you're all right. Like, I understand that you're in a lot of pain right now for your fashion. And that's cool because I do that. I get that. I can tell you whenever I had any like awesome fucking basketball shoes, they didn't hurt that long. So I'm really curious to see how long it's a trend because you got to earn that shit. You got to earn Doc
Right.
Martens on your feet. They hurt, man. It's the fucking truth. I have
They
the
hurt for
broken
a
in
while,
leather
yeah.
and I have the regular leather. And the broken in leather was like putting on a slipper. It was amazing. And they're like cost, I don't know, like 10, 20 bucks more. They're totally worth it. But the regular ones, I still haven't broken them in yet. And I've had them for 6 years. So there you have it, folks. Go easy on your heels.
Go easy on your heels.
Happy to see people are taking chances out there. You wear brand new Doc Martens to an amusement park, my friend. You're hurting as soon as you get through the front gate.
Oh, yeah. You're taking off that boot and you're just dumping blood out.
Oh,
Fucking just.
it was great. No, it hurts like hell, man. It really, I can't, there's few feelings out there like breaking in new boots. And I've done that in the military and I've done that in civilian world. And it sucks either way. Doc Martens are some tough ass leather. So, in any case, welcome to the club and have fun soaking your feet tonight.
Right.
That's it. So, what were we talking about before? We were talking about something else. I don't remember. You said we should talk about this on the show, and then I pulled my pants back up and we pushed record.
It's right here. It's in there.
We were talking about. We already did the horns, and we were talking about friends who play music. Was it in there?
No, it was something about the show. Oh, I was talking to a couple of friends on something like on FaceTime, and they asked me about our show, about this show, and I was like, don't bother, don't worry about it. And then they were like, like how do you do it and stuff, and I was like, well, basically we just record a Zoom call, and then they started to laugh, like haha, and I was just like, well, yeah, but also every internet show, whether what services you're watching it on, it is being recorded on Zoom, whether or not they just do it low budget like this, or they have expensive microphone and better lighting. Most things that you're watching right now are done via Zoom. And plus,
Right.
a lot of people's work is on Zoom. A lot of, just in schooling, people's school, like, if you're a kid, your Zoom is now a computer, so.
I saw something earlier.
Normal.
Well, it's to your point, if you throw this out there, there's a new thing on Netflix that came out. I saw it this morning. Something about, I don't remember titles, but something about 2020. It's basically Samuel Jackson. Did you see it? A bunch of comics. They kind of just roast 2020. It's fucking great. And
but they're playing like character. Each one of them is playing a character.
Right. I don't think that they really said they were going to play a character. Like if you could tell they were just being interviewed. And then they gave them the names because it seemed like it was one shot, one kill as far as the interviews go. Like they sat them down, did the shit, and then but the character thing was awesome and funny as hell as far as like it wasn't their real names. But I think it was, I forget her last name, but the comic, is her first name Leslie or am I way the fuck off?
I don't know.
The one with the great hair. I've seen her live. It kills me. I can't remember her fucking name, but.
Was she in the SNL and Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters, yeah. Is it not Leslie at all?
I don't know her name. I can't. I am bad with people. I can't remember anyone any actor's name in that little documentary or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Besides Samuel L. Jackson, because
Right.
he's the most famous one. But most of the other people I've seen before, but I can't remember their fucking names. Like that,
Gotcha.
the lady from Friends, that she was in there. She
Yeah,
was
Lisa
like,
Kudrow or some shit. Her
yeah,
name.
okay, I don't know her name, but I know she was in Friends, and I know the lady was in Ghostbusters. But that's all. That's all I know.
So she made a joke in there. I believe it was her. It made me laugh my ass off. She's like, I've been on so many fucking Zoom calls that I'm starting to glitch in real life.
Yeah, that lady. Yeah,
That's fucking great.
and she did that. She did the bit too. She did the bit. Yeah,
That's fucking great. I mean, I haven't been out to see comedy or anything in a while, so I guess this is what people are working on. This shit was fucking great.
right.
It's totally, but to your what you're saying is exactly right. Like, this is it. All right, we're just like you said weeks ago. We're just not famous. No one knows who the fuck we are. If we had a fan base and they really wanted to see us for a year and we finally gave them this, they'd be into it. But we don't have any fans. We have a couple, and thank you very much. But it's, we're going the other way. We're working uphill. These guys are at the top and just turned the TV on. We're hauling our
Right.
TV up the mountain. We're trying to show everybody what's up. So
Yeah,
we're doing it on Zoom, and I'm totally stoked. I can't believe we figured this out. You guys don't know us personally. You're probably getting an idea how goofy we are. But the two of us to figure this out, you have no fucking idea how amazing that is.
You know how many? Do you know how many times I've tried to edit this goddamn show and only being able to do it twice? Probably every other episode on an average, and I realized how easy it was, and then it made me feel completely fucking stupid.
Like, you figured it out?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was able to do it twice, so yeah.
Right, but do you have confidence you could do it again? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I will be able to do it again, but this simple task of just being like cutting a second and a half out of this show, just going, is going to take me an hour, where it could take like some 17-year-old YouTuber just like 3 seconds just to go. So I kind of know how to do it, but
well, I did. Someone sent me an app once called UCut, and you download it, you put your video in there, and then you clip and clip. Like, that's it. You just cut the chunk out and it's gone. But my problem was I could never figure out how to make it pretty or anything. So I didn't know that's what, I don't know, whatever. The only reason that we cut things out is to keep our jobs and our friends. That's the only reason we've cut anything out. Everything else, it's here. So you got the good stuff.
Or, the decent stuff.
Whatever. You got to start at the bottom, work your way up, Alex.
Oh, yeah, whatever. How was Christmas?
I don't know. It was so good. I felt like maybe it was my last, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
It was your Christmas present, man. Good job. Jesus was
Yeah.
watching. No, I feel like honestly, it was simple. It was just the four of us, my parents, my kid and I. And it was, I don't have high expectations of anything anymore. It was awesome. Just easy peasy, man. Did presents, had a good time.
Good.
That's it. That's why I said it was so good. I feel like maybe it was my last Christmas, because I've never.
It might be your last one.
I was talking to Jesse about it. I'm like, honestly, it was so good. Like, I should probably give you a hug. I might not wake up tomorrow. I don't know. Get hit by a fucking bread truck. Who knows? I just never really had a good holiday, at least not intentionally. Or, there was just something to it. Yeah. Less is more right now, or more. Yeah. Little things are big.
If you got hit by a bread truck, you'd have like the world's worst case of the gluten intolerance.
Oh my God, right? Gluten killed him. Yeah, but at 55 miles an hour. I mean, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, fuck your stomach ache. Oh, you got a little bit of diarrhea? This guy got killed by bread.
What if I didn't? If I just had like a shoved in face, I'm just like, hi, how you doing? And people are like, fuck. Like, what happened
We
to you?
might
Like, I
get more
kissed a bread
viewers.
truck.
We might get more viewers. That'd be cool.
I'm not doing that shit to my head, man. I'm good. I've actually, of all the injuries that I've sustained in my life, and there's several, all head injuries. Imagine that, as if you didn't already know that. All above the neck, right
Do
here.
it, Tony. Just do it for the Franz.
Shut up.
You could shut this off. You could close your
Shut
computer.
up.
It's fine. You could go ahead and just turn this off if you want. It's okay.
Franz. No one even. I hope Franz. I only know
Huh?
Franz because I live where you live. Franz. No one knows what Franz is here. You got to go with like Wonder Bread. Who's the people that are in town that make bread at like 3 a.m. and it's just delicious. Smells amazing when you're drunk and on your bicycle.
Franz,
you know,
right?
up near Burnside, there's a bread. Yeah, there's some in Portland. There's a bread factory.
It's Franz. That's
That's Franz. I thought it was Sunbeam or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually really don't know.
It's Franz.
I
We're
think
gonna call it Franz.
Okay.
That shit smells delicious. Like
Yeah.
I could see sniffing that walking down the street at 3 a.m. getting hit by a bread truck because it smells amazing and you're distracted. That could happen to me. I'd be all right. I mean, if you get free bread for life or some shit, you know, I like honey wheat. If they do a mean honey wheat, I'm into it. I won't even sue. It's like, just seriously get me a loaf every time I need it. And we're good.
I know. Well, I mean, Dave's Killer Bread's from here.
Is it really? That shit's good. That's really fucking, for $5, $7, $12 a loaf. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the guy Dave,
he's a mess.
Like there's the stories of him from years ago where he, you know, did a bunch of meth and went berserk, pull a gun on someone. I don't know.
I remember that. I was like 10. Yeah. He was in prison for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's just back. Some like, you know, kind of buff, tall dude with a ponytail that, you know, had a meth habit, but decided to invent some healthy bread.
Boy, you'd be kind of mad if you were sitting in jail and they just legalized all those fun drugs, like the $100 fines and shit, and you're like, I'm in here for life.
Well, I know there's people in prison for pot right now, so you know.
Did you see that story down south of that gentleman who'd been locked up for a $5 fucking pot charge like 20 years ago, got life in prison? They actually let his ass out.
Really?
Yeah, he lost like 30 years of his fucking life, but they're letting him out. Because you can't not lock up other people and leave that man in the cage. Well, I fucking hope you wouldn't.
I mean, they can and they do, but they shouldn't.
I know. Yeah. I know. I'm trying to, you know, be positive.
Hey man, you're wearing a teddy bear. You're being as positive as you can.
Alex, I am.
God damn it.
So how was your Christmas, you big hard on?
It was good. I mean, it was fine. We did a Secret Santa thing here.
Right.
Which was it was cool in a way. But it was hard in other ways. What was cool about it is we all kind of, you know, didn't have to buy a bunch of presents for everyone, so we saved, you know, money. I still bought presents for Callie, but
better.
And so it was, who was in the Secret Santa was Callie, her sister's boyfriend, the brother, and their mom. So there's, you know, there's 6 of us, and I drew Callie's brother. And what was hard about that was he listed the only thing he wanted, and you had to get one. The way we did it was we all, you know, names on paper, and we wrote 2 suggestions, and it had to be one of those 2 things. And he wrote booze or snacks. And he's vegan, so it made that kind of hard to like what snacks to get him, you know?
No shit, that's not fair.
So, well, I mean, it's fine. It's just, you know, you just got to put more thought into it. But what was hard about it is I couldn't ask anybody because then they would know who I got.
Yeah, that's why it's not fair.
Right. But I mean, no, it's not. I don't give a shit. Like, but what was cool was I got him 2 like 5-pound bags of Sour Patch Kids. You doing okay?
Yeah, I don't like it. Go ahead. The beer, the Sour Patch Kids are fine. The beer, no.
It's funny. I was talking about sour candies, and you're making a sour face. It's perfect.
I don't like it. Anywho, you got him Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, and two big packages of them because that's one of his favorite candies. And then this energy drink called Highball. I got him a case of that. And but it was difficult because like the only booze, like when someone says booze, I think hard A, right? So he said booze, and the only booze he likes is what is it? Fernet. And yeah, Fernet. And he already got a bottle of that for his birthday, which was like last month. So I didn't get. So I was just like, okay, so you're getting a bunch of energy drinks and candy for for Christmas.
There it is.
And he was stoked about it. So I don't know. It was pretty cool. We ate tamales. We made some tamales, and then we played ping pong and listened to music and drank. It was pretty chill.
Oh, sweet. It was like a party.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, it was cool. Gave some presents, got some presents, ate some tamales, made some tamales. Yeah.
A lot of give and take. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
See what I did. See what I like. What's cool is like Jessie wasn't here last year for Christmas, and this year she was, and it's different when she's around because she's kind of the glue between me and everybody else. She's she's got a chair right next to me, man. We talk all the time. As soon as I'm listening to if I'm listening to the radio, I'm like, I fucking love this record. She's like this, just saving it. And then I'm like, and then when it's time for Christmas or whatever, she's like, I got you. I'm like, okay. So she took my dad to a couple of record stores and they just figured it out. And then as I'm unwrapping records, that's pretty much what I ask for every fucking year. I don't care about anything else. And so I was just like records, and then we go from there. And I opened up a bunch of cool shit, and I was just like, the fuck out of here. And these are awesome. Like, I mean, not that they weren't great last year or the year before, but it was just like,
right.
She just knew, and she's just like, he's got to be into this shit. Like, you're good. And so she picked out 4. And of course, I'm sure my dad, whoever paid for it, but my dad got me 3. She got me 3. The 3 that she gave me, I was like, holy shit. And then when I opened his, it's like some jazz I've never heard of that he found for $1 because it still says dollar on there, and I'm just like, and I'm like, I never heard of this, man. He's like, it's good. I'm like, cool, man. And like, I mean, nothing against it. It was just like, I felt bad because whenever I opened one of hers, I'm like, fuck yeah, high five. I opened it up his and I'm like, I'll check it out. It's like, next time, stick to the list. No, I dig it. I totally dig that anybody gives me anything. I'll play just about anything at least once to check it out. But he wasn't wrong. It was good shit. It was, right. Have you ever heard of, there's an album that I think is just amazing that has, Getz and Gilberto. Stan Getz and I forget whatever Gilberto's first name is, but I'm trying to remember. Anyway, one of the albums I got was one of the guys from that album, so we ended up listening to some cool shit. But the same thing, I never left the house on Christmas, just partied here. We always buy somebody a game so we have something to play at night. There's this game called What Came First, the Chicken or the Egg? And honestly, dude, anybody can play this shit. It's fun as hell because no one ever really gets them right. It's kind of a guessing game. They say, what came first, the Twinkie or the cupcake? Like that. And you just go rounds. So it was fun as hell, man. It was, I don't know. This Christmas was awesome because there was nothing else to plan for. It was just Christmas. And it was a big day because there wasn't shit else to do. So it was, I'm sorry. As I said before, I love this minimalist shit. I like things. I like there being less to do. You just appreciate what there is to do that much more. Totally fucking dig it this year. Maybe it's because my kid was here. Maybe there wasn't any fucking drama, whatever. It was great. Totally stoked. I got the Stranger Things soundtrack on vinyl. You know how old I am? And I'm fucking stoked on that shit. It's like a big ass kid, man. You could buy me G.I. Joes right now. I'd fucking play with them. I really don't care anymore. I don't know if I want a girlfriend or all the fucking G.I. Joes that were ever made. I really haven't decided yet. I kind of think I want the G.I. Joes.
Yeah, GI Joes are definitely better than I mean, look at.
I'm saying. None of those things are giving you shit right now. None of them. They're not going to ask you why you got your hair cut. It's no big fucking. It's fine. They don't care, and you can touch them whenever you want.
Sometimes they touch me too.
Wow. Yeah, I bet your dick looks really big in their arms.
Oh yeah, massive. Almost as half as big as they are, you know?
Looks like their penis.
Yeah, exactly. Twins.
No. That was fun though. I'm glad you had a good one too. That's exactly how I pictured that's how I pictured a Christmas for you would go. Would be something like that, and then drinking and ping pong. That sounds about right. What the hell? I'm a mixologist. Oh, cool mug, man.
Yeah, you give me this mug is awesome, but it's probably really bad for me because I drink beer a lot quicker, and I'm gonna pour beer all over my computer someday, just because I'm gonna be doing this, and it's just gonna go crap.
Oh shit! That is not water resistant. I know.
No,
don't do it.
Very expensive.
Well, so I gave my dad the other because I got 2 mugs when I was up there, and I gave him the other one, and I gave it to him, and I was like, seriously, I hope you use it. Because if you don't, I'm going to be pissed because I was really going to keep it. So, because he has one and I have one, it would be perfect. I was like, but it's not about that. So use the fucking mug. He's the kind of guy, he told my mom, he was like, yeah, I just found this shirt. It's brand new. She's like, yeah, no shit. I bought it for you last Christmas. He's like, oh, I just found it. She's like, that's why you didn't get any fucking clothes this year, JC Penney. You don't fucking wear them. So it was great. He's still digging out shit that I got for him when I was 19. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's 20 years old. It's faded.
Yeah. He might be like me, where I just wear the clothes that are on top of the, stack in the drawer.
Right. Yeah.
Because I wear them, and then like once a week or once every other week, something like that, I do laundry, and then I just put that stuff back on and then just wear it. Right. And there's like, probably like 2 shirts on the 2 shirts deep on the bottom that I haven't worn in years, and that are probably too small for me because this quarantine shit is you know what I mean?
As he takes another swig from his mug.
Yeah, I just ate a half a muffin before we started the show, and I'm on my second beer, so this is I ate some bread. I'm drinking bread. You're gonna get hit by bread.
If I fucking go down like that, you have to say it. If you bother to go to my funeral, just be like, I called it. You gotta say it. He wanted me to say that here. That crazy fuck.
Yeah. So right. I mean, point being is, bread's killing both of us.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, I don't give a shit. Take me down, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, man. I've realized, I don't know. I think I realize this every Christmas and then forget about it and then realize it again and again and again. But I'm not a big, I don't necessarily, I think that there's one good holiday, and that's Halloween. And I could really they could get rid of all of them, but I could take or leave. I'm okay with Christmas. I don't necessarily like it. But the one thing I do like about Christmas is there are some Christmas movies I like. And I don't necessarily like Christmas movies, but if you think about it, there are good, like Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Christmas Vacation, The Grinch. Those are good Christmas movies in my eyes.
Ghostbusters is a Christmas movie?
Yeah. I forget it's 1 or 2. But yeah,
how's it a Christmas movie?
I just remember it being Christmas and Die Hard too.
No, the Die Hard. Well. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I remember Bill Murray with a fucking Christmas, like a Santa hat on.
All right, I'll go with it. I'll allow it.
Maybe I'll be proven wrong and everyone's gonna laugh. But that's what I remember.
The thing is that people get their tits in a ringer over Die Hard.
Mm.
And most, any
Like, what do you
fucking-
mean?
that it's not a fucking Christmas movie.
If Christmas is happening while the movie is being, yeah, if Christmas is worked into the plot, it's a Christmas movie.
Okay, if Christmas is worked into the plot, so you're saying if they have a scene of Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas movie.
That's how I see it. I just said, I don't know what the hell we were watching the other night. I said, this is a fucking Christmas movie. There's a Christmas scene. And I was like, and they're like, no. I'm like, that's bullshit. It's if it happens during Christmas, it's a Christmas movie because life happens during Christmas, So what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I'm looking up right now. I'm Googling, is Ghostbusters a Christmas movie?
It is not. I already know that answer.
Oh, let's see. Ghostbusters 2 Christmas special. It's that's what I was remembering.
The
I
second
couldn't remember.
one.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was one or two.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't remember if it was one or two, but yeah, that's what I remember is it being, and Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands, Christmas movie. Scrooge. Christmas movie.
Yeah, Scrooge, you said?
The one with Bobcat and Bill Murray.
Oh, dude, we just watched that shit. Oh, it's so fucking funny.
And and Christmas Vacation, obviously. But those are the movies I watch during Christmas, and I like Christmas movies. I gotta say it. I don't like every Christmas movie that is that is about Christmas, but there are a lot of good Christmas movies.
So
Elf's
fucking great. Have you seen on Netflix the movies that made us?
No, but I know some people that are watching it and they tell me about it. I've seen it.
Anyway, if you stumble upon it, check out they did Edward Scissorhands and Elf for Christmas. It's fun shit, whatever. Documentaries about movies that we all love and shit like that. But yeah, you should check that out if you're looking for some crap to watch.
I do like the debate of, is this a Christmas movie or is this not a Christmas movie? Christmas movie, because to me in my head, if there's Christmas in it and there's people are doing Christmas-me things in scenes, then it's fucking Christmas movie,
And that's how you're one of the few people that'll agree with me on that. That's how I've always felt. If there's a scene of Christmas in there, it doesn't have to, I don't know. They don't have a section in the fucking Blockbuster anymore that says Christmas movies, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if Christmas is in it and it makes you feel nostalgic, like for me, if I see Christmas, I think, oh, shit took place around Christmas. It's making me nostalgic for that holiday. It's a Christmas movie. Where's a fucking Santa hat? Christmas movie.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas tree in it. It's a fucking Christmas movie. But no, it's not. It's got to be this and that and the other thing. It's got to be on Hallmark, and somebody's got to cry every 5 minutes, or it's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Like, no. The whole damn movie doesn't have to be about Christmas. You could just, like, the guy could just OD on Christmas. It's still a Christmas movie. He died on Christmas in front of a tree. That's a Christmas movie.
Right.
Sorry, folks. A little dark comedy for you.
Well, what a great Christmas ornament that would be, just a tiny little OD'd heroin addict.
Or just a little syringe.
Doing the heroin.
Spoon.
Yeah. I'm just picturing like a Santa Claus doing the Tai Chi heroin nod, like in a park, He's doing the fucking, the little Santa Claus doing the fucking
doing he's not gonna go down.
He's got a sack of presents over his shoulder, but it's just a bunch of needles sticking out. It's just
Holy shit, that's evil. That was great. That was really good.
He sold all his reindeers just to get a sack.
The sleds on bricks.
Yeah. His cheeks are red because he has heart problems because of all the drugs.
He's an alcoholic on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Look,
you know.
I watch Christmas Vacation in July.
Oh,
That shit is
definitely.
hilarious. I'm
It's fucking
sorry.
great.
And it's funny. It's funny. And then Randy Quaid shows up as cousin Eddie.
Oh,
Then
that's
it's
great.
over. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it really is. It's like they timed that movie right. They let Chevy Chase do his thing for about a half an hour, and then they brought him, in, and I just lose my fucking mind. My favorite line in that movie, I don't care how many times I say this, I love this line. When they're getting caught up together, him and Eddie are getting caught up together and they're talking or whatever, and Eddie touches the little thing and it all falls apart, and they're drinking
Yeah.
eggnog, and Eddie's talking about his kids, and he talks about his one son, and he says my favorite line of all time in any movie. And if that's the only thing that they put on my grave written on cardboard, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be happy. It says he was a pixie dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. I don't know what that means, but every time I hear it, I rewind it and do it again and again. The way he says it, like it looks like he pulled that right out of his ass and just rolled with it because he doesn't break character. It's just so good. Got the older one getting cured off the wild turkey, and the new one's getting ready to start his career. Oh, college? No, carnival. Last year he was barking for the yak woman. Before that, he was a picture dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. What the fuck does that mean? A pixie, let me break this down for you. A pixie dust spreader. Never heard of it. I know what a tilt-a-whirl is. I don't know what a pixie dust spreader is. So apparently this guy is throwing pixie dust on top of people while they're on a tilt-a-whirl. That is fucking awesome. Nobody does that. And how much cocaine did someone have to come up with for that line? I'm serious. Have you ever heard of that in your life? Since then, before then, no one has ever been a pixie dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. That was awesome.
Maybe it means maybe he's talking about someone that's a carny that works a tilt-a-whirl that also sells cocaine. A pixie dust spreader, and he works a tilt-a-whirl. Huh? Maybe. Maybe.
I have this kid in my mind dressed up like a fairy up on a ladder over the tilt-a-whirl, just throwing pixie dust all day long. That's what I have.
I tried to make it something that can actually be real, and you're like, "No, man, we're staying in this fantasy land." Which I should have known.
He had a job barking for the yak woman, so that just makes sense.
Yeah,
it's the next thing, right? In a land of ludicrous jobs, he's on his way up.
Yeah,
fucking great. That movie's great. In every sense, there's so much sarcasm, so many asshole things in there. Oh my! It's the fucking 80s and 90s just rolled into one. It's so good. It's just like
it's the best. Like when cousin Eddie, he's wearing a fake turtleneck. Like that scene you're talking about before he breaks the thing and they're drinking the eggnog with the moose cups. He's wearing that like white V-neck, like nice sweater thing. And you look hard enough, you could see there's that fake turtleneck.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, you can.
I know what you're talking about. It's the green turtleneck with the white.
But he's wearing a fake turtleneck thing, a thing that puts on. That's
really?
Yeah, and if you look, you could see the square underneath. You could see the flap in the front. You could see it. They did that on purpose, where it's like a fucking shitty job.
I have to watch that again. Shit, I gotta watch that. Check that out. Oh man, my dad used to say to me when I was a kid, he's like, "Are you watching the same movies again?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How can you watch the same thing twice?" I'm like, "Dad, you don't even remember my name, and you're asking me why the fuck I'd rewatch a movie? Like seriously?" And I told him that I was like, "You want to watch Christmas Vacation or you want to watch Christmas Story?" And he's like, "Well, watch Christmas Story." So we watched some of that. But I told him, I was like, "Oh, that's right. You don't rewatch movies." And he's like, "Oh, I'd rewatch it." I'm like, "I rewatch this shit all the time. I watched it last night. It's great. If something's good, you keep watching it. And you keep finding neat shit like that. The little things." Yeah. Like you were saying, like, I didn't fucking know that. That was great.
If you don't rewatch things, then there's no reason to have a favorite movie.
Ooh.
Right?
The fucking
like if you don't rewatch it, If your policy is watch it once, then you don't have a favorite movie. That means they're
Right.
all the same. You've seen them all once, like right?
No, I agree with you. I don't. He doesn't. The truth is, he doesn't have a favorite movie. I don't. So we
That's
don't
cool.
talk. We don't
I
talk
mean,
about film too much. I'm still
right.
trying to get him to watch The Irishman with me, so I can show him who killed President Kennedy. But he can't fucking sit down for 3 hours. So like
It's
whatever.
a long fucking movie, man. That's a long time to sit there.
You know, I have no idea why, for the life of me, why the fuck I love that movie so much. But I constantly have it in a, in Netflix, continue watching. It always says that. I don't know. I can just turn it on and it's not the world's best movie. Since I was a kid, I've had an obsession with the 60s, Vietnam, the Kennedy assassination. No idea why. Probably because I don't know what happened. Maybe I was involved before I got here, but I'm very, 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 very interested in it. It gives me a feeling inside. Like I get an emotional with it. I like it. I don't know why. And so when they were talking about, because I always wanted to fucking know, you always want to know that your government's fucked, but you just want to know for sure, And that was like, you whack the president in front of everybody. And so when they finally made a movie where some mobster from Philly's like, yeah, we whacked Hoffa and a bunch of mobsters whacked frickin' Kennedy. That was that. Right. It was basically because of the shit that happened in Cuba. And you're like, huh. Like, that's fucking interesting. Finally, I can die now. I just needed to know that. I only came back to find out who killed Kennedy, and I was going to go back. So I can leave now. I mean that. There's not too much on earth I'm that fascinated by. I'm really not. I just want to know who the fuck killed Kennedy. I already understand why Vietnam happened. I want to understand who killed Kennedy. I always wanted to know. I have no idea why. So I just get fascinated by that movie. And the fact that Hoffa was whacked and burned. I don't know. When I was a kid coming up, every joke was always made by like, Tony, don't go out there. You'll disappear like Hoffa. And I'm just like, no, that's how I was brought up. Like around these neighborhoods, It was like, you better get back here. You're going to disappear like Hoffa. Like that was the running joke. So I'm like, who the fuck is Hoffa? Why is he missing? This movie got me. I was like, fuck. His best friend shot in the back of the fucking head? That's awesome. That's some Philly shit right there.
That's such an old, like an old-timey, like, parent, or not old-timey, but like an old parent thing to do. Like, you make a reference or a joke, and then the kid goes like, what does that mean? And then they just go, and then they don't explain it. Just like, whatever, And then you as Tony, your whole life, like, who the fuck is that? Then you have to watch a 3-hour movie to find out who that is.
17 times because I have a bad memory. It's new every time. That's fun.
Maybe that's why your dad only watched movies once, because he has a great memory.
No, he doesn't. He can't even hear what I say half the time. How can he remember it? Huh? That's his favorite word. What? Huh? I'm like, what? I didn't say anything. Huh? Like, never. All right, easy.
Oh, that's perfect.
Shit. Well, I'm glad we both had a fun Christmas.
Hey, man.
Did you? I don't know how much time we're at here, but did you listen to the music at all?
Yeah, we could. It's about time. Yeah, I did. I'll be honest with you. I completely forgot about it on Christmas.
Damn it! That would have been perfect. That's your way out.
I didn't listen to it on Christmas. I listened to it the day after, once or twice, and then I listened to it again today. So I listened to it 3 times. But I'll tell you something. I look like a complete fucking crazy person listening to Christmas music, not on Christmas. People were walking down the stairs. They were like, are you listening to Christmas music? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about
which was funny. Callie's mom was like, put on Christmas music. And everyone besides her was like, no. And even me, I was like, I don't want to listen to Christmas music. And but I had a homework assignment to listen to Christmas music. But I did listen to it 3 different times, and the 3rd time today. So, I gotta say, for Christmas music, it's pretty fucking good. It's cool. It's got there's they do all the hits and all that, but you know, it's got a good edge to it. And it's got its own thing. Um, but yeah, in the realm of Christmas music, it's the best Christmas music I've probably heard. You know,
That is really fucking cool to hear you say that. I am secretly laughing inside because you fucked up and didn't play it on Christmas. It
right.
was your way out. You could have just put it on, kind of heard it, and moved on with your life. But that's not your style. You'll listen to it because you're a dedicated gentleman. I appreciate that. I'm glad you actually fucking heard it. I grew up. That's my family Christmas record. I don't. My dad, total disco guy. That was the album I look forward to. I hate all the other. I don't like any other Christmas music. That's the only. And secret be told, I put that record on. My dad's like, "How about some Christmas music?" And I'm like, "All right, here we go." And I put the record on, which they got for me, by the way, like a month ago. And I just kept flipping the record. I wouldn't play any other Christmas music. I just kept flipping it and playing it like we hadn't heard it yet. Probably
Right.
like 6 times a side, because that's all I did for the whole time we were opening presents. I was like, whoop, spin it. Who cares? It's the same songs. I just don't want to hear a redneck or anyone else sing it. I don't care. But this disco shit, like, fuck yeah, let's go, man. We can fuck and celebrate Christmas. This is cool. Where's the 8 ball?
Yeah.
I always dug that. It's up.
Yeah.
It's up.
That record really put a meaning to, you know, White Christmas. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Well, the cover, man, she's just like big white. Hang on, look at this thing. Big fucking white lines right here, man. Like, and it looks like it's like computer anime. That's just a big bump of coke right on her butt right there. That's all that is. That's not an accident. That's not an accident. Here's the crazy thing. If you really look at the album art, you see her head. She's not wearing this shirt. She's not wearing this either. Not. She's not wearing anything except an 8 ball of coke. That's all she's wearing.
It's all definitely photoshopped onto her for sure.
Yeah, 70s style, which is awesome because they were on coke when they did it. They didn't even know what he just said. They don't even know what that Photoshop. They don't know. They just did this. Then they named it later. This is awesome. This is a cocaine Christmas. And that's what we had when we listened. Whoever listened to this, you had a cocaine Christmas. You're welcome. Tony G hooked you the fuck up. But
I had a cocaine a couple days after Christmas. I didn't fucking I didn't listen to the record after.
Snowing on Mount Rio, say.
Oh yeah.
I'm the guy you don't waste that shit on. Like, Tony, you want some coke? Like, what? Do I need coke? Like, no, you're good. You're fucking good.
I think it would do what like Ritalin was supposed to do, you know? I think it would go the opposite and you'd just be mellowed out.
That's terrible. I don't want to do that.
I know a guy who did a lot of meth and a lot of crack. A really cool guy. He just passed away recently, so R.I.P. Really nice guy. But when he would be on a bunch of crack, smoked a bunch of crack earlier that day. Calm, collected, level-headed, barely said anything, really nice. You would have no idea. You would bring him home to meet your grandparents. Just a sweet guy. Loved rock and roll and metal. Did a bunch of drugs, but really nice guy. Really nice guy. And right. You would have no idea. Super quiet. I never known him not on drugs, so I had no idea what he was like off of drugs. But some people have that reverse effect, you know?
Well, I mean, luckily for me, pot works. I don't have to go any further. But I dig that. I know a lot of people who take uppers and they become downers because of their behavior, you know, their chemical imbalances. And that's the whole point. It's like people who take Adderall and Ritalin or whatever the fuck that don't need it. It's just like, they take the fuck off. And for people like me who need it, it's like, oh, cool. I can write my name without fucking, all right. It just normal shit just calms me down. I eat a can of tuna fish a day. I lose 100 pounds a week. It's fucking terrible. I hate the shit, but it got me through high school. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Haven't done shit else. But I mean, I totally get it. Like, I actually need that stuff. Like, I'm supposed to have that.
Right.
I don't want it. That's what's funny. It's like all these people who want all these pills aren't the people who get them prescribed to them. You know, it's like the people who have to take the fucking pills are like, I don't want this shit. What do you want? $10 a pill? You got it. Fucking have at it. I don't care. Like, you just hooked up the whole neighborhood. I don't want that crap. I want to bounce off walls. It's fun. I want to piss the teacher off, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But in any case, yeah, some fun shit about that record. It's so funny. Every time I decide to look into a record or any of that shit, I didn't even mean it. These guys are actually kind of from Philly, ironically enough. They came out of the 70s. There was two different disco,
really?
like, yeah, these guys were a disco band with a bunch of horns, and they ended up getting picked up by this guy out of New York, and they made a couple of records and whatnot. And they ditched a lot of the horns and went in with what you hear now. They have they kept the baritone sax or something like that. But interestingly enough, 50 people comprised that band. 50 people to make that album you were listening to. Yeah, 50 musicians were all told in South Soul Orchestra.
They're in the band, or 50 people are on that album?
The way I read it was there was a total of 50 musicians in the band. That didn't take 50 musicians to make that album the way I understood it. But it sounds like people threw in on different tracks. So
right.
Total. Yeah. So that's some fucking some Philly 70s cocaine music.
Well, I mean, I guess that's why they have.
Are you holding your face? Oh, look, man. Look, hey, you're freezing up.
Right.
The internet connection with the shit.
You are too.
Did you see? We better end the show before we have to re-record it, man. It looked like you had a stroke.
You've been frozen the majority of this show, of this episode. You've been frozen.
Oh shit! I hope not.
Like you keep on coming back, but you're like, I was about to take a picture of it, but you came back. You were frozen like this, probably for like 15 seconds.
Do you know how you were just frozen? You were frozen like this. It's awesome. It looks really, I hope it stays like that. But maybe, I don't, how much, where are we at? We might want to shut it down before we have to re-record it if we're getting a bad internet. It says we're getting a bad internet signal.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Probably about right.
Yeah, that's fine. What did you pick for next week?
I got what I'm gonna pick for next week is actually something I got for Christmas. The album is called the name of the record is called Bloody Kisses by Typo Negative.
Okay, write it down real quick.
Bloody Kisses by Typo Negative.
Did you get it on vinyl?
Yeah.
Sick. Did
you ever listen to them growing up?
Not enough to recall any of their songs, so we're about to find out how much I like them.
Yeah.
I do remember them. They were on a few soundtracks that I had gotten into, so.
Well, see, the last couple of albums I've picked, I don't think you've really liked.
Doesn't matter.
Well, so I'm curious of how much you're gonna like it. They're just like a gothic vampire pop metal is what they are. I don't know. They're definitely a goth band, a goth like metal band, and the singer Peter Steele has a vampire thing about him. So
no, dude, it's not about. That's what's fun about this shit is that we give each other things that we might not listen to, and then we listen to it and we're honest about it.
Yeah, I know.
No, I fucking love it. I don't want to know. I want to listen to shit. That's great. Fucking A. Have I listened to a lot of the stuff you've given me since? No, but I don't imagine everything I've given you've listened to either. So it's all good.
Well, that's the thing is a lot of the things you've given me, I do already listen to a lot of it,
right? Except
for this South Soul album.
Cocaine music.
I did listen to some of their other stuff, and it's pretty rad.
Have you heard? Did you hear Bus Stop?
I can't remember the name.
One of their top tracks on South Soul Orchestra, one of their top tracks, I think is called "Doing the Bus Stop," and they have some good. The bus stop, doing the bus stop. It's fucking good, man. If you just want to cheer the fuck up for 5 minutes while you clean your bathroom on cocaine, it's great. It's totally great. This is, maybe we'll name this White Christmas because we've talked about Christmas music and cocaine. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But either way, I think we've come to the end of this episode, unless you want to watch Alex or I stroke out again for another 15 seconds while this thing. I really can't wait to watch this shit. I hope it. The funny thing is that it can record like shit, but then when people play it back, it doesn't always play back like shit. Or it'll record real nice and it'll play back like shit. So, hope you guys have fun watching.
What?
Are you fucking with me now? All right, we got to stop. Now I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's real or not. I think Alex is just. Were you messing with me a minute? I can't tell anymore. We got to stop this shit.
Oh, you were freaking out. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did.
Thanks everybody for watching. Yeah. Like, subscribe, do the whole thing. Go to Instagram, Titfoo69. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
What he said. Bye-bye. Have a happy new year.